my mom and my dad retired, but then my mom, when I decided to pursue television in LA, she wanted to be a lawyer. And again, her kids are grown now, she's retired, and she's like, I really want to do this. And I was like, well, let's do it. Me and her did it. Fast forward, she's a successful civil rights lawyer in LA, and I'm on television.
Welcome back to the zoo. We have another amazing guest for you. You can see her on the Bosch Legacy, and This Is Us. Give it up for Danielle Larracuente. Give it up for her. Bring in the energy. Now, I'm really excited about this show because you play Officer Paulina Calderon, and this is a very important role for you because your parents are both cops.
Correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were both retired NYPD officers, so it was definitely a surreal, monumental moment in my career to be able to play that on TV. I remember in the fitting, I took a picture and I sent it to my parents, and my dad was like, oh my God, you look just like your mom when I met her on the job. I mean, they were like cops together and doing it, and it was just such a beautiful moment. I mean, I don't have to really fight crime. I can do it on TV.
Right.
It's very similar, right?
Safer approach.
Yes.
It's a safer approach. Was it hard having parents who were cops? How could you get away with anything?
Right. Well, I also have, I'm a girl. I have all brothers, so definitely, I mean, they would say I got away with murder, but whatever. I definitely think they made me very aware of my surroundings at all times. They always told me, you know, this could happen and this can happen. But they really let us be kind of free, which I'm really grateful for.
That's dope. What did your mom say when you told her about the role?
Oh my God, she was beside herself. She was, okay, so she has a picture of her in uniform and me in my fitting, and like anybody who will listen, she's ready to show. Boom, you want to see my daughter? Look, she's on the, I'm like, Mom, please, relax already.
She has the pick stitch.
Yes.
I was going to say, if you don't have a side-by-side, that is beautiful.
I know.
Yeah.
Are your parents ever like, that's not how cops really do it?
Well,
Judging the
Yeah, that's not
thank
real.
God, I have to say, Bosch Legacy, they really pride themselves on making it as realistic as possible. So my parents actually love the show, and they are really, really sticklers for like, we don't really do that. And no, we're not gonna grab a perp like that or whatever. So they are obsessed with the show, and I kind of got some tips, I'd have to say. I was like, you know, hey, how should I approach this or vice versa? And they definitely helped me out in how to really portray that very realistically.
What tips did they give you?
So for they approached it very differently.
Bam!
Definitely not that. We don't want any fighting or punching bad guys. None of that.
I was ready to go.
No.
You should be in next season. That was amazing.
No, we don't want that. It's not good. For my dad's point of view, he really made it a point to say, listen, you are there to protect yourself, but serve others and protect them as well. So he's like, listen, when you approach a car, make sure you grab the trunk and make sure you're always not approaching with your chest forward, and really trying to stay as back as possible and be aware of your surroundings. And from my mother's point of view, her being a Latina, small like me, she's 5 foot, and she was out there, she goes, it's very different. I approach situations than your dad did. She's like, you know, I talked it out a lot of times. A lot of times they just wanted to be heard. And they'd be like, all right, you know, Officer Sabater, you know, you're gonna handcuff me, all right. And like, they would just hand it over to her because she just listened. And I think that is really important.
Yeah.
That's great. So it's Bosch is NYPD approved, right?
Yes. It's LAPD, but it's NYPD approved.
LAPD, okay.
Yeah.
Your parents approved.
Yes, my parents approved, yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about your character.
So I play Paulina Calderon, and she is very similar to me, I'd say. Like, she takes no crap from anyone.
Okay.
She is a rookie cop, or they would say boot on set on the show, but she does not walk in like she is a rookie cop. Like, she is like, I'm in here, I'm doing this, and she throws her heart into it. And she's one of Maddie's friends. Maddie's now going to be a rookie cop, so it's going to be fun to watch. You guys got to tune in.
Did your parents eat a lot of donuts, or is that like, I don't know. Is that a myth? Or?
I don't know, I got to ask them, maybe. I remember lot of coffee days. Maybe that. I don't know. That's so funny.
But I like what you said about the show is that you guys try to keep it, you know, as accurately as possible to how it really is,
Yeah.
you know, to be a cop. So how do they, you know, do they have somebody pretending to get arrested to do the due diligence? How do you know, who are they consulting on this?
Oh, they have
Or
consultants.
is it your mom and dad?
No.
Are your mom and dad are coming to the set?
It is not. Listen, they are like,
don't take the gun out of the holster like that.
they're retired, so they're like, oh, I'm out of it. I'll watch you on the show at home on my couch. But yes, they have consultants there. Amazing officers, retired, and they helped us through everything. They were there for us to ask questions. How would I do this? How would I approach that? And we're very helpful in that sense.
I mean, that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's such an iconic show, and to be on the final season, I mean, how does that feel as an actress?
Honestly, I'm a child actor, and I took a break and came back into the game at 2019, and I made a little list, a manifestation list, and that was #1 on my list to make it. So yes, I made it in the last season, but your girl is here.
Right,
You know, so that was such a like moment for me. I was like, wow, to be on that show, the following it has, and the talent, and just to be there. Be in the building, girl. I'm in the building. That's it.
And you play a nurse?
I do.
Why do you think you always play characters that are so helping to people?
I mean, I'm a real nice person. I don't know. But, you know, what I really love about it is that I am so grateful that I was not, in my career so far, I have not been typecast. Like, if you look at, you know, all the different roles that I've done various of things, and I think that's so important for the Latino community. You got to see us in professional roles. You got to see us doing different things. I want to be on Bridgerton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we got to do this
You got to
stuff.
put it out there
We
and
have
manifest
to.
it.
We got to do it. I want to be on Yellowstone. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I just want to ride like a horse or something.
We want to see you in everything. All right, Danielle, don't go anywhere. Guys, keep it locked on the Zoo. We'll be right back with Danielle Larracuente. We are back on the Zoo with Danielle
Yes, we
Larracuente.
are.
I mean, are we not having
More
so much
energy
fun?
than ever.
Right?
Yes.
Fellow New Yorker. So, you know, before the break, you were telling us that you took a break and you came back in 2019. Was that, you know, what fueled that decision for you?
You know, I grew up, like I said, acting since I was the age of 4, and there was a moment, and I feel like it's way different now, and I think maybe, you know, the pandemic changed that in having more compassion for the industry, but there was a moment where I was like, wait a minute, is this becoming work, or am I losing my love for the craft? And I had to take a moment for myself to make sure that I stood strong in myself, to say, hey, is there other things out there that I want to try and do? So I went to school, got my psychology degree, worked in that field for about a year. Then I went to cosmetology school. I got my cosmetology license, worked in that for a year, realized no, very quickly, but I needed to do it. I became a mom. And then I remember having my child, and one of the biggest things was I told my mom, how could I tell him to go after your dreams if you're not? Oh. So, I mean, 2019, I jumped back in, like, both feet, studied for about a year straight, didn't audition, anything. On camera work, I mean, I did self-taping because self-taping wasn't a thing. Workshop after workshop after workshop, finally landed a manager. And I mean, I literally started from the ground up again. So, if you want to do it, and it's never too late.
I love that.
Never, yeah.
I actually saw that you were casted for a skit with Jimmy Fallon for SNL.
Yes.
What was that like?
Holy cow, yeah. I was 11 years old when I did that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to tell him one day, like when I go on his show,
Yes.
and say, I know
Manifesting.
you.
Manifesting.
Hey, I know you. I played a girl. He was doing a skit called Falcon Man, and he was hanging from a mountain, and the falcon told me to go over there or whatever, and I started beating him like a piñata.
Oh
And that
my
was-
God.
But I was there.
Bring it back.
Dude, but to have that like audience, you know, the SNL audience, I'm sure, like, I don't know, I would have been freaking out. Like,
I mean, I was a kid at the time. It was so much fun for me.
okay.
And it was live too, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
I had one line, El Falcón. I still remember it to this day.
You know, I think it's so inspiring, you know, because you left and came back, and it's almost like you're hotter than ever. You know what I mean? And that, I mean, I think that really,
that.
I think that's a message that a lot of people need to hear, because a lot of people feel that, I think especially in this industry, that if you take a break from something, that's it and you can't come back. But, you know, I am a firm believer too, and I don't know if you guys are, I'm sure, you know, you could always start again.
You come back fresher.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
I think I got that from my parents. My mom and my dad retired, but then my mom, when I decided to pursue television in LA, she wanted to be a lawyer. And again, her kids are grown now, she's retired, and she's like, I really want to do this. And I was like, well, let's do it. Me and her did it. Fast forward, she's a successful civil rights lawyer in LA, and I'm on television. So, I mean, I get it from my mom and dad. They're always just like, you got to keep trucking. Like my dad always says, you know, acting or in the entertainment business is like the DMV. You can't get a number, you get in line. You get out of line, they ain't gonna call your number. You stay in line, they'll call your number eventually, you know?
That's
so
great.
just keep going.
Consistency.
Yeah.
What are other things on your manifestation list?
For entertainment,
Yeah.
I would have to say I just want to, again, portray as many different types of roles and diverse roles as I can. I feel like I stand not only for myself but for my community, and I want little girls or kids to see that. Like, oh my God, that's what I felt when I saw that. I was like, wow, I can do that too. So I think that's really important to me, to continuously pick up different roles that I can see myself in, and portray those stories. I think also getting on the silver screen one day would be amazing for me. So that's a dream, and trying to advocate as much as I can.
Do you feel that starting at such a young age, like, has, you know, do you feel like you've seen a change in the industry?
Huge.
And is it enough of a change?
Listen, again, like I am in my life, everything takes time, and it's one step at a time. So yeah, we're moving in a direction, in a right direction. Maybe it's not as fast as we'd like it to be, but it's much different than when I was in the industry as a kid. Much different, and it was a lot harder.
With streaming and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I believe in that, and I believe also opening the doors up for bigger roles, lead roles for minorities, for seeing us in different characters, like I said. I think it's definitely more welcoming now.
So I was gonna say, you've been in these very intense shows. What's maybe been like one of the most emotional days for you on set? Just in your experience thus far.
I don't want to give too much away, but Bosch, there's my time on there, it was very intense, and also This Is Us was very intense.
That's what I'm saying, girl.
Guys, May 2nd and May 5th, you're gonna know it all. I can't give it away, but it was very hard. There was moments where I had to hold it together. I had to collect myself because it was difficult, but it was an honor to do something like that.
It must be hard to try to not cry in those situations, because I get the ugly face when I try not to cry, and then my nose is burning. I have like a snot rocket. I don't want to have a snot rocket in front of Justin Hartley on This Is Us. That's Danielle Larracuente. Thank you for being here. Tell everybody where they can follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Danielle Larracuente.
You guys,
There you go.
thank you for watching. This has been another amazing episode of The Zoo. And give it up for Martin, our new cast member.
Aw, thank you.
And AK. Follow
Nikki.
LATV on socials, and we will see you next time.
Adios.